So hi everyone. I was reading some posts right now on Instagram between Mr. Cologne, Equality Fragrance 24, and Eau de Parfum. And I thought it was a very interesting discussion about reviewers who want to be compensated and how that could be done. So the first of all, and the first thing that made me a little bit or concerned me a little bit is that someone was mentioning that, for instance, a reviewer in 3 sniffs can make an in-depth review of a fragrance when another reviewer might take 1 week. So let me mention something on here, because I feel very strong about that. You can be the best sniffer in the world. And I think I've met quite a few by being in the profession and meeting some perfumers that I admire very much. So first of all, what would that take? It would take, you spray your fragrance on the skin, and I don't know how in 3 sniffs, by doing 20 fragrances a minute, I don't know how that would work, because even I as a perfumer, I cannot assess properly a fragrance in 3 sniffs. Number one, I need at least half an hour or an hour for that fragrance to see. You see from the top, you have a first impression, then you follow on skin, and usually you see some other things. Even if that theory about top, middle, bottom, we can review that, but usually you have at least 2 levels in the fragrance. And it is not rare at all that you smell the fragrance, your first impression is very cool, and you say, oh, I want to wear this more, I want to study it. And then after half an hour it collapses, and after an hour it's just vanilla pudding, or it's the Veramos, the artificial moss that comes. It's very easy to do, and then you're that, and so your fragrance impression changes totally. And I'm just talking an hour or half an hour. You should know also that very often after 2 or 3 hours, a lot of fragrances collapse. That's a big know-how in fragrances to make a long-lasting perfume. So, and this is only for 1 fragrance. Now let's say you want to do a few. So what do? We put 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So you can have 3 here, you can have 3 here. If you're wearing a bracelet or anything on your wrist, forget about that piece here, it's already smelling, your skin is smelling. So, and if you don't have any, then you can put another one. So you would put this. So you imagine you have 3 fragrances. So that's 3 fragrances to follow the whole day. If you are in Bermuda shorts, then you can put 1 here, here. I don't do this, I've never done that in my life. I know some people have suggested as a big joke, and then you're smelling like this and like smelling your ankles, good luck. It's just a joke saying, I cannot imagine you can smell more than 6 fragrances properly in the day that you have to wear. Then the aura of those fragrances, they mix. So don't tell me you can really separate. Also, by the way, you have to spray these fragrances on there, okay? So most of the time when I see people spraying, it's a big mess. You would have to spray like this with a piece of paper, and then spray here and here so that the spray here does not contaminate here. And then the same here. And then when you spray, you cannot have any spray coming on your nose. So when you spray, you have to spray like that and then like this. So that would be a serious reviewer. Then you have 6, which already is not really serious. You have to study them, okay? So, and then for several hours. It means also when you have those 6, you cannot be smelling another one to post 20 perfumes in 1 day. Then, because of the biology of the nose, which is very different from looking at pictures, looking at fashion, you can assess 20 trousers in 1 hour. You can by the nose, because now I'm smelling here something full of woods. Now I'm going to smell here. I will smell in the fragrance everything that is not in that one, because my nose is saturated with the notes that are here. That's how the nose is. So, let's say you smell molecule number 1 here, which is this iso gamma super, this molecule. Then in this fragrance, you will smell first or more everything that is not iso gamma. So you will miss half the wood of this fragrance. Now you smell the 3rd one, that you will smell everything that you didn't smell here first. So it's totally unbalanced. And now you want to do 6. Or if you do 1 and you wait 10 minutes, you still have some. I guarantee you, I cannot assess 6 fragrances. I can sort out. I can see some really crappy thing. Let's forget about it. So then what I do is I take the fragrance one day when I'm not in the lab, when I'm not in my office with all these bottles that smell, like typically on a Saturday, I spray one, no more than 2. Already 2, for me, one influences the other too much. And so on the Saturday, I continue and I assess the fragrance, see how strongly I feel, because this means people have no idea how professionally assessing a fragrance before having this kind of discussion. So I won't mention, you know already why I feel strongly about that. Huh? And then you start assessing. And sometimes you even have to smell a 3rd time. So I'm fine of people thinking to become a professional reviewer. We need them, which is going to be my 2nd thing, but they should know what it takes to be serious.